It's another This Week in Nano, where we get to hang out with a couple members of the core team and hear what's been going on. I'm Shawn from the Nano Cast, and today we're hanging out with Troy and Russell. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you do on the core team?
Hey everybody, I'm Troy. I do public relations and communications for the Nano Foundation.
And I'm Russell, and I do development, protocol, and wallet, among other things, and make sure all the builds go out. So good fun stuff.
Sweet. And as we normally do, let's get started with the protocol. Russell, can you tell us a little bit about how 16.3 has been running?
So from everything that we've been seeing, 16.3 definitely does go through and fix the memory issue that we were wanting it to fix. It's definitely been a great improvement over the previous iterations. So it's nice to see that.
I've had a couple charts given to me by people running nodes. I included one in the dev update last week, but it's pretty cool to see basically the direct line at upgrade, and you see that there's all kinds of issues and then nothing. So very exciting. It's always exciting when something fixes what it's supposed to fix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you post pictures of that memory usage in one of the Medium posts?
It's in the developer update from Monday.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to see as well. All right, and now that everything's running well with 16.3, getting ready for the Boulton release, tell us about that.
So basically with Boulton, the biggest improvements that we're going to be seeing are with lazy bootstrapping, which goes through and it optimizes how it's placing blocks into the ledger. I know Roy's gone through and done some explanation of it before, but what it does is it tries to start at a block hash and then work its way back down the chain all the way back to Genesis, inserting the blocks as it goes. So it should definitely increase how quickly sync happens, as well as how soon you can actually start transacting on the chain.
And I do want to jump in and just apologize real quick. When we initially announced it, I did include that confirmation height, which we've spoken a number of times about on this show, was going to be included. That has been pushed to the next version. So we'll look forward to that. But this is just an absolutely massive release, the Boulton release. I think it was something like 150 different commits. When I was doing the changelog last night, Russell and I were laughing because I had just pages of commits to format, and I think it probably took me 30 or 40 minutes. And we're just like, we can just link to it. And I'm like, no, this is how it needs to be done. So it was fun. So it was good. I know it's been a very anticipated release, and we're really happy to get it out on the beta network, and anticipate a number of release candidates here and some extended testing periods, since lazy bootstrapping is such a big change, but really, really, really happy that we've gotten the release candidate out and we're moving forward.
Sweet. And I guess everybody's looking forward to lazy bootstrapping, but what are a couple other notable features that are coming out?
So we did add the first stages of proof of work prioritization, which is one of the methods that will be used to prevent spam attacks. Now that's not fully implemented here. It's just the initial support. So the full support for that feature will be coming in either the next release or what we can tentatively call version 19.
So we did actually make some improvements to the build system. The way things build, it's a little bit more friendly for multiple platforms. We've gone through and cleaned that up a little. We've made some changes to how votes actually are replayed, or how replayed votes are actually handled within the node as well. So it tends to be a little bit more efficient network-wise too. There's some other things in this that have, let's see, stats and stuff like that have been added. There was a fix to RPC. So some of you may have noticed that TLS RPC wasn't working like it was supposed to there for a little. We did go through and address that. It has been resolved, and you should be able to get the TLS working again. Other than that, most of the stuff was just optimization and cleanup.
Cool. Sounds like we got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, and I put out a Medium post just with the full enhancements, kind of running through every single enhancement on Boulton. So head over to our Medium page for more information. You can just check out everything that's being included in this release.
Yeah. As a result of it being as large as it is, though, too, it is definitely going to have that extended beta time. So anyone that can, please definitely go ahead and join the beta network and help us test it.
Yeah, and if you are running a beta node or representative in general, ping me. We will get you added into we got a kind of semi-public channel for representative owners. So just shoot me a message on Discord or Reddit, and we'll get you added in there.
All right. And moving on to some other stuff in the Nanosphere, Nano got listed as a Binance Gold Label project. Troy, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so the Binance Gold Label project is a new project launched by Binance, who obviously is our largest exchange by volume. And the goal of their project is to allow teams to give a transparent look into their project and share information about the project to both their community and Binance users. So this is really great because it allows us to reach people that maybe haven't looked into Nano very much, and kind of expand out our user base and let people have some more information. So really look forward to what they're going to be doing with this project. I know they're going to be starting some marketing for it, hopefully pretty soon. So look forward to working with them on that. And this is just going to hold projects to a higher standard, because if we are named a gold label project and we are not posting enough or communicating enough on there or are not being transparent, we'll be removed from it, which I believe would be quite a blow to any project, as far as it would not be a great look. So really looking forward to working with Binance and keeping our relationship with them, very strong.
Okay, and you also recently highlighted Nanoodle.
Yeah, so Nanoodle is and this will segue into our next discussion, but Nanoodle is basically building a suite of tools to integrate Nano into accounting programs. So we know when people, once we start moving to adoption and getting merchants more on board, we're going to need people keeping records and whatnot. So Nanoodle is really designed to improve that process. We really appreciate the work he's doing. And if you saw that spotlight, you also, moving into our next discussion, saw a lot about the discussion that we had last weekend about the ticker and the possible decimal change.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I didn't actually get a chance to run through all 300 and some odd comments, but how did that discussion go?
I think that's pretty much how I spent my last Saturday, is replying. It was a phenomenal turnout. I could not have imagined when I put the post up that we would get something like 300. And I think it's probably closer to 350 replies now. But just a tremendous response from the community. And we heard from a lot of new people that maybe we hadn't heard from before, giving their opinion on it. And just to be clear, we're not talking about changing the total amount of Nano. There will always be the same amount of raw Nano. What we were talking about doing is simply moving the decimal place and changing the number that we refer to a Nano, as a Nano. So it'd basically be like agreeing to now call 1 cent $1. So we had a lot of feedback from that. We haven't decided to do anything, or this was really just to talk to the community and get their view on it. We also talked about changing our ticker to be an ISO compliant ticker, which typically starts with X. So we had some great feedback there as far as XNO, XNA, XNN, just really, really good stuff and a really, really strong discussion. And when we get feedback like that or turnout like that, it just makes us even more excited for the next one. So I look forward to continuing. We did a couple of these weekend discussions back in earlier this year, as far as talking about smart contracts and representative lists and privacy. So really looking forward to continue doing this and working with the community to drive the project forward.
Sweet. And what were kind of the final, as far as the community goes, what were the votes? What did they vote for?
So I don't think that there was actually a vote, and we still need to do some analysis on the replies. I do think a lot of people were supportive of kind of doing a 3 decimal split, which would be 1,000 times multiplier. And a lot of the concerns, I think, were more around a centralized decision, when this could really just be, a wallet could just make this decision right now. This isn't something that needs to be hard coded into, done in a hard fork or something like that. It's not the case. It's really just changing the display of the units and what a nano is referred to. So obviously we take everybody's concerns into consideration before we're going to make any kind of decision, and we'll be sure to inform the community before any kind of decision like that is made. And I don't think it's really a priority right now, but it was really, really nice to get feedback.
Sweet. And lastly, I wanted to talk about local Nano Venezuela. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So this is actually great because I attended a talk on cryptocurrency in Venezuela at MIT on Thursday or Friday night. And then Bill, through the Nano Center, was going to, he just pinged me. They just launched localnanos.com down in Venezuela, which is similar to localbitcoin.com. And that's kind of typically how Bitcoin, I think I saw on the slide last night that Venezuela is the 4th highest user of country using localbitcoin.com. So they have some really, really exciting stuff going on down in Venezuela. I look forward to hearing more about it. But it is really kind of that, Venezuela is kind of that test, the test case as far as how much, this is the perfect situation for cryptocurrency to really take over or kind of really establish a foothold. So really, really looking forward to working with them and assisting them on kind of a grassroots campaign.
Okay, well, before we go, we thought, since it's a holiday season, we might as well tell you something random, silly about ourselves. So everybody, what's your favorite pie?
Oh, easily like a bourbon pecan pie. Easily. I don't even look at other pies. That's all it is. But if you have any kind of pecan pie, I will take it into a corner or take it into Russell's little cedar closet he's in there, and I will just turn into a little goblin.
I've never heard of a bourbon pecan pie.
Oh man, Kahlua pecan pie, bourbon pecan pie, and it can just be a pecan pie. It doesn't it's not like I need the alcohol there, but it's very good. They're very
Russell,
good.
How about you?
Well, I got to tell you, Troy, you're wrong, but that's okay. The best pie out there happens to be strawberry rhubarb, hands down. No way to beat it. I will not have any other pie. I'm
coming to Maine. I'm going to come up to Maine next month, and then we're going to eat some strawberry rhubarb pie and some pecan pie, and we will have a great debate and get fat while doing it.
Do it. I have some strawberry rhubarb pie for us already.
Let's go.
It's going to be real good in a month.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for me, it's got to be specifically made by my aunt, some coconut cream pie. That is so good. So fluffy.
Okay. Coconut cream pie I can accept.
All right. Well, that's it. So we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.